Hey up everyone, it's farmers Rob and Dave here from Cannon Hall Farm. Now, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of This Week on the Farm. We certainly did. Going down pit was a memorable experience.
It blew my mind. The whole day was absolutely memorable. I loved every second of it. It's something that I will never forget. Just the uniform, I'm going to treasure this. They've let us keep it. I think it fits me really nicely.
We're Barnsley lads through and through, and mining is in our DNA, it's in our blood. When we went down in Cage, right, you got literally 20, 30 miners in that small space.
Dave, if I had my way, we'd have left you in Cage.
Well, I don't doubt it. You went down pit, we did a proper hard day's graft.
You only mined one piece of coal.
I know, I've got it in my hand now. It's a right, look at that, Bobby Dazzler. Anyway.
That's a day's work for him. Yeah, I think once I were down there and there were like wooden pit props, and I'm thinking, oh heck, what happens if they give way? And safety was everything in the mine. All those miners had each other's backs. They looked out for one another. They kept each other safe because it was a dangerous job. I were on coal face, I were laid down, I were picking with all my might.
Yeah.
And David were like, hurry up, come on, I want some coal to shift.
And Rob only got 6 pieces. Anyway, it just shows how hard it was though, Rob. It was like proper solid. And we had a snap tin as well. I got all my goodies from farm shop. I had a pork pie, I had an Eccles cake.
All he talked about all day.
I had some crisps.
What have you got for lunch?
Right, it was in a little tin box, and they're called a snap box because it snapped together, and they didn't let the mice in. If you took like one of them little Tupperware boxes,
I shared mine with mice.
Right, they'd like chew into it and eat it. So that's why miners had a metal snap tin.
The other thing that I remember vividly is going in the showers and the locker rooms after. I was only disappointed hot water wasn't turned on, or else we'd have been in there with a bar of soap.
Wash me back, Rob.
There's a direct parallel between mining and farming. We're both working the land. It's incredibly important. Coal mines powered a nation for decades and decades, for centuries in fact. We cannot forget the part that coal played in our industrial revolution. Coal built communities. It built strong communities full of proper people. We should celebrate that fact. We know that coal can't be the future, but we cannot forget its history. It's so important. I feel incredibly lucky to have the life that I've got, working outside with wonderful animals and really living my best life. Being a Victorian miner would have been so hard. Whole families worked underground together. The children used to man the trapdoors. You were literally picking and shoveling at a coal face. You can't imagine how hard that must have been.
Our grandfather, Rob, he actually got the record for the most coal dug in a shift, right? It must have been backbreaking for him. I've got a lot of respect for miners, and especially in the Victorian days, they had it hard.
Things did get better through the years, and mining got safer and it got more enjoyable, and there was a wonderful camaraderie amongst miners, and I've seen it myself. People who used to go down that pit did not see it as a bad job. They saw it as a wonderful way of life where they had a fantastic crack with all their mates, and it was something that they go back to in a heartbeat. So mining was hard work. It did get better, but the people down there were what made it special. They were the very best of friends, the best of colleagues, and I'm sure lots of them will never forget the time down the pit. Going down the pit was a wonderful, wonderful experience. It's one I'll never forget. It made me think of my ancestors. It made me think of my relatives. It made me emotional, if I'm being truthful, and it's something that I will cherish for the rest of my life.
Like my bit of coal. So don't forget, guys, next week, This Week on the Farm, Thursday nights, Channel 5, 8 o'clock. I nailed it that time. See you later. Bye-bye.
Don't miss it, guys.